Hey guys, what's up? All right, welcome to Weight Loss Wednesday. So yesterday, as I do every Tuesday, I did a poll in the group of what you wanted to hear more about, and of course, the option is always there to add your own. And you chose to hear more about how gut health affects weight loss. Now, gut health affects weight loss greatly. And I don't know if you found you're trying to do a strict calorie restrict diet and your weight's not budging. Your gut health is one of those things that can make the difference between seamlessly easy or seemingly easy weight loss, or you could be doing everything right and you're literally fighting an uphill battle. And so I'm going to touch a little bit on why it's so important today. It is especially important as women in perimenopause and menopause for several reasons, and I'm going to just touch on that briefly as well. One of those is as we enter into perimenopause, our estrogen and progesterone levels are declining, as you probably know by now. With this can cause a dysbiosis of gut bacteria. Now, what that means simply is in everybody's gut, we've got good bacteria, bad bacteria. In a perfect world, we want to have around 80% good bacteria, 20% bad bacteria. Now, as we age with the decline in estrogen and progesterone, this can throw that balance off. So here we've got this imbalance of gut bacteria. Now, what does that mean? It means several things. So our gut health, and we're more prone to inflammation at this age. If we do not have proper balance of bacteria in our gut at this age, this can increase further inflammation. Why is this bad? Inflammation is closely tied to the way our body regulates glucose and insulin. And what does that mean? That basically means when we become more insulin resistant, which tends to happen at this age, and with dysbiosis of the gut and with increased inflammation, this basically means that the food that we're eating is more likely to be stored as fat than our body being sensitive to it and utilizing it as fuel. So with poor gut health, our body is not able to take that food and those nutrients properly and send it to where it's needed to be used as energy and burned off, which gives us a healthy metabolism, right? Now, the other thing is our gut health is very, very directly tied to our hormonal health. Like the body is a holistic being. Everything is tied together and everything starts in the gut. So you may have noticed you have been on a strict diet before. You're counting calories, you're counting macros, you're eliminating carbs, you're working out, and like nothing's working. It's honestly, it's the completely wrong approach and it's making you miserable in the process. And in fact, it can keep weight on. When we have improper gut health, this can mess with something super important, which is our hunger hormones. So you could be eating plenty of food, but your hunger hormones aren't signaling properly, so you still feel hungry even when you've had plenty to eat. When we have great gut health, we have balanced hunger hormones, which means your body is signaling when you've had enough to eat, so you're not going to have cravings and you're not going to be left kind of overeating when you have had plenty to eat. And so this is one of the things that makes it difficult. It's not like calories in, calories out. That is BS. So I hope that you're not still following that, because a calorie count of a food does not take into account the quality of that food. And the quality of that food is going to affect your gut health greatly. So gut health affects our hunger hormones, gut health affects our inflammation, gut health affects our sensitivity to insulin, which is our body's ability to utilize our food as fuel instead of storing it as body fat. This is super, super important to understand. So then you may be wondering, okay, well, how do I help my gut health? It depends on how far down the line you are. But there's some basic things that you can do. So one of those is have enough fiber. Fiber is basically, we've got prebiotics and we've got probiotics. So prebiotics basically are leaving the nice breeding ground. They're like the soil where the probiotics, the good bacteria, are going to grow. And so prebiotics are found in fiber. So you want to eat plenty of fiber-rich foods. These would be like whole grains, fruits, vegetables, like a variety. You want to have a variety to lay that terrain properly. Then you want to have your probiotics, which are your healthy bacteria. And these can be found in like coconut yogurt. I'm not a fan of dairy, so regular yogurt, don't get me started. We could do that another day. Like coconut yogurt, kimchi, miso, sauerkraut, like fermented foods. So you want to have your fiber to lay the terrain, that's the soil. And then you want to have the probiotics, which are the beneficial bacteria, and they're going to grow better when you have the prebiotics there, right? So that's how you help them be better. But then you want to not kill off the good ones. And so how we do that and feed the bad ones is then we want to avoid the things that are terrible for gut health. And these would be things like processed sugar, processed foods, stress, like it's not all food related, right? So I hope that helps. I really want to impress upon you that for lasting weight loss and for, I don't always want to say easy, but simple weight loss, we just got to understand our body and give it what it needs. And when you give it what it needs, it will release what's not needed, which is excess weight. So when we take this kind of inside out approach to it, it really becomes kind of effortless and you just focus on the things that matter. And one of those is very, very, very much gut health. Our gut runs the show. Not only that, our gut produces like 80% of our serotonin, which is our happy chemical. So it's really going to greatly impact your mood as well when you take care of it. And when it's not taken care of, it will impact your mood in a really negative way as well, which I hope that you have not experienced, but it's quite common. It's a thing. So I hope that helps. You can put below any questions that you have on that. And then if there's something else you want to know about, of course, next Tuesday, I'll be putting a poll in the group with a couple of options. And if there's something you would like to know more about that's not there, you always have the option to add your own. Anyway, I hope that was helpful to you, and I hope you have a beautiful afternoon. Bye.